That's decent, isn't it? Enfield, see, that's springy. Now, you probably get a little catch in there, do you? But that's a nice springy end feel on that there, that's lovely. You see the range we have on that one? That's smashing. There we go. A little bit of tightness in your goose there, is it?
More.
Don't just, yeah, that's a nice springy feel there, that's not a bother at all, okay? So you good look at that stuff there. We can bring it down there and gingerly, of course, look at the abduction. But that flexion, this one here, have you focus on this flexion and internal and external rotation there. Get used to checking them, okay? As we do them, there's one more test we can throw in, a new one for you. So we do flexion to 90, adduction, across the body like so, and internal rotation. How's that? Little. Sorry. That's great. And that feels good to me. You're getting good range on it. So let's have that's called a Fadir test, F-A-D-D-I-R. Flexion, abduction, internal rotation test. And that's characteristically, it'll pick up a hippo wave, but for in a younger person, you're looking at FAI or lab intelligence with that kind of test. Now, have a look at this. We won't bother doing the acronym here. That's fine.
What would the positive be?
Yeah, listen right there, Julie. Think.
So what I'm feeling here, and it's not bad, I'm feeling here is this. Can you have a look at it from that angle there, Denise? Can you see the way that's kind of pushing out a little bit there? I can't really control it in too easily there without making his foot go like that, yeah. So it's already pushing out to make a little bit more space. Let's take a little look here. Internal rotation, what's my angle like? That's it, isn't it? And the end feeler is a little different on that one, right? How are we doing here? That's loads of external rotation. So the hip will tend to compensate, like the shoulder, tend to compensate one for the other. And I think that's often a good adaptation. And for you guys, often quite useful to get that space back in the capsule wherever you can. Now, you could have that for 20 years and never have a problem. And again, you've changed how you play sports, right? Your type of training has changed over the last year, so it doesn't cause you a problem day to day, does it? So we've got to be careful not to pathologize these things and over-treat them, because it can be really quite normal for people. A bit of strengthening and a bit of changing how people train, things like that, can usually work wonders with these to sort them out. They don't need to be over-treated. But can you see the difference in there with the rotation and with that? Can you see that there, that flexion is pushing you out there, yeah? And that could be the signs of an FAI there. I can't tell for sure, but for me, that's what it is. And I might try this just gently. See okay there? So we do flexion to 90. Are you there? Tell me now, you alright? That's sore there. So that's a positive Fadir test on this side. And that's quite useful. Now, if you find one, do call someone over, but let's all be a little bit careful for the next 5 minutes, not to bait the crap out of someone's hip that's already sore. Because we don't want to leave them sore tomorrow. We're not going to do any damage, but we don't want to leave them sore tomorrow. Does that make sense? And especially Grandpa. Right?
Biopsychosocial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The fat lead, not the fat lead. I can't really say that, can I? Sorry. So,
we're in this together.
grab your partners there, guys. Off you go. When you find something, you can call a few people around your room to have a look at it. Go easy on the poor FAI hip. We're going to hop